What is going on, First Descendants, and welcome to another boss guide. Today we're going to be taking a look at the Obstructor, which is a very difficult boss if you don't know what you're doing. Now, this particular boss, guys, is one of those bosses that you cannot do solo. There's going to be a boss that you actually either have to start publicly or have a total of 3 friends to come in here with you and complete this fight. So, of course, we're helping up on Twitch. So you guys want to stop by and hang out, make sure you guys follow the link down below. Now, with that being said, let's talk about the Obstructor, because the Obstructor does have a mechanism to actually defeat him, and you're going to want to make sure you learn this mechanism so you don't get caught dying and not knowing what to do. So first and foremost, let's start off the strategy for this particular boss. Of course, if you have the following, if you have a weapon that has Crush, it's going to be doing a little bit more damage than your typical weapon. He does have an attack attribute that he throws Toxin on the floor, which we'll talk a little bit more about his mechanics in a little bit. And he is also very weak against electricity. So if you have a bunny, if you have a weapon, you're going to want to make sure you go to your weapon and you put some electrical power, which I'll show you guys in a little bit right now. And of course, you need toxin resistance at least 8,000. Now, if you're doing this boss, you pretty much know exactly how to set things up. But if you're running a bunny, you're going to want to watch my bunny build. You don't even need to put resistance on it, and you should be good to go. So let me go to my inventory real quick here and show you real quick for the weapon. You just want to make sure you pop one of these, one of these electrical enhancements, and that will add electricity to your weapon. Once the weapon has electricity, you're pretty much good to go. So you just gonna want to do that to all 3 of them. You know, just add electricity if you're going to be shooting them, and you're perfectly set to go to the boss encounter. So when you hop onto the boss, you are going to be presented with the Obstructor. Now, the Obstructor works very similar to other bosses, just that he has very unique abilities. Number one ability is that he will be very susceptible to electricity, but he gets upset when you do that. And the way he does it is he'll start throwing green goo on the floor, shooting the toxin on the floor. So you got to be careful where you step on. Now, one of his main mechanics is called, I don't know if it's called like this, but I'm calling it Entrapment or Cube. What he will do is he will select a person from the group, and he will put a cube on that person, kind of like trapping them in. Now, if you as your teams are not paying attention to this, he will trap the person in the cube, and your responsibility is to shoot the cube to make sure that the person that's trapped inside that cube is able to be set free. If you don't do this, that's not a good thing. So you want to make sure you're constantly looking if anybody is in a cube. Now, one helpful tip I want to give you guys, from his just from him, you're going to see like a little white line that kind of shoots out of him. And that will pretty much identify who's either going to get trapped in the cube or who is trapped in the cube. So if you are like in battle and you're not being able to pay attention to where everybody's at, there's a very good way to kind of identify what's going on. Now, that's with the first mechanic. The second mechanic is when he gets really upset and you hit his enrage, he is going to start opening up portals. Now, these portals are going to be purple things that appear on the outsides of the map that are opening portals that are going to start shooting little balls at him, right? It looks like little projectiles coming towards him. Now, the best strategy I found here is if you have a bunny, just use your electricity, and you can either grapple hook to the top or get on top of a pillar and just have your electricity take him out. Or if you don't have a bunny, then you're just going to want to make sure you shoot him. Now, careful, because when you're shooting them, he's also throwing this ugly green goo at you, so, on the floor. So you want to make sure you keep an eye on that, because, if you don't have toxin resistance, it's going to hurt a lot. But from what I am told currently right now, I've been trying to figure out what these balls actually do when they actually hit him. I thought it actually got his health back, but currently right now, I don't know. So if anybody knows, drop it in the comment section down below. All I know is the balls shouldn't hit him. I was told that if 6 balls hit him, it's pretty much an insta wipe. I've never wiped on him, so it's very hard for me to tell you what the balls do, but I just know the balls are not supposed to hit him. So basically what you want to do is you just want to make sure the purple spheres are not hitting him. Now, it's gonna, if you pretty much get rid of the balls, he's gonna come back. But if you don't kill him on his second stage, right? So you take too long in killing him, this time around, instead of spawning one particular void, portal, he's gonna spawn 2 portals. And that's going to start throwing balls to him. If you don't kill him after that, he's going to spawn 3 portals. And that's going to cause more balls to come and consume him. And that is what you want to avoid. So you want to kill him as quickly as you possibly can. So those are the main mechanics when it comes to him. Theoretically, you just want to avoid getting trapped, and you also want to avoid the balls actually hitting the boss. If you do this correctly, you should be able to kill the Obstructor, and congratulations, you killed one of the cool mechanics and one of the funnest bosses currently in the game. Now, I will have a guide on the Frostmarker, so make sure you guys keep it locked here. And if you're having a hard time with any of these bosses, make sure you stop by our Twitch. Links are down below. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll catch you guys on the next one.